from the city is still. I'm from the city is still. What is up, everyone? We are live. With me, I have Alan and Carsyn from Pure Graded X, brand new grading company. If you guys haven't heard of them, we're going to be talking about them today. I'm going to be sharing their website with you and a lot of other stuff. So I definitely appreciate everyone that is here thus far. If you guys haven't yet followed them over on Instagram, they have tons of awesome pictures of different slabs that they've graded. And the awesome thing is they do custom labels, completely custom. And that's, in my opinion, the thing that really sets you guys apart. But guys, I really appreciate you taking the time out to spend time with us here today. Whoever would like to start, if you guys want to introduce yourself and kind of just, share a little bit about you.
Alan, go for it.
Yeah. Hey guys, my name's Alan. I've been friends with Carsyn for a long time now, and I am handling all the logistics right now with our company: email responses, getting the submissions into the system quickly and rapidly so we can get your cards graded. And I also dabble in a little bit of the graphic arts behind some of the custom labels that you guys are going to make.
I gotta say, man, you are killing the game. I've heard from 3 different people that I know personally that have submitted to you guys that have all gotten a response back to you from that submission form on your website within 10 minutes. And I've had such tremendous access to you guys, as somebody submitting cards. I've submitted to a lot of other companies. I've never experienced that before in my life. A company that's not only quick to get back to you, but quick to turn things around, and just you guys, the way I described it before we went live, you remind me of people that are just you know what, I don't like the way this grading companies are doing people. We're regular people just like you. We're going to show up and we're going to just do our best to give you the best quality service that you deserve. So I feel like all the other companies are hey, we're just going to keep raking you over the coals, and it's refreshing to see a new perspective, in my opinion, at least.
I think that, kind of our motto that we try to, we meet and brainstorm every morning, and go over all the stuff that's going on, me and the other owners. And one thing that I always try to stress, and that I know that it would be easy for a grading company to let go, is that we don't want to be just taking your orders and when we get to it, sending it back. And I feel like, that's kind of how the process has went, and it's kind of what people expect. I mean, what other industry would a place be able to hold, I would say, billions of dollars worth of cards in their warehouse for 8, 9, 10 months, and people are they're not happy with it, but they're okay with it. No one has actually went to PSA and beat their damn door down and said, "Give me back my cards," right? People haven't done that. And if you were in any other industry in the world, you would expect, if somebody had something of yours and it wasn't back, to hear from them. So, no matter if, we get your cards back to you in 2 days or 2 weeks or 2 months, we want to, set ourselves up and the people we hire as we grow to streamline the process, but also that's kind of instilled in from day one when somebody starts out at Pure Graded X, is that every day what you're going to hear from us is that speaking and communicating with the customer comes first, and that's the most important thing for us to do in order to in a competitive industry like card grading or the sports card hobby is. And we're not the only new company, and I would say, there should be tons more, because, you don't go to Walmart and buy a tube of toothpaste and there's only one tube of toothpaste. There's 100 different kinds, and we all like the taste of the toothpaste that we like. And you can use any type of analogy you want for it. But what I'm saying is that, you like the one that takes care of you. And so for us to gain market share as a new company, for us to grow, is to, be on the side of our customers, make sure that they're taken care of, that they've been handled, and everything, is like we say it's going to be. And if it's not, we just let people know on the front end and tell them, hey, something has changed. Let's figure out how to solve it. I mean, I think I called you about a card you sent me because
Yep.
You bought them all. I couldn't find anything,
Yeah.
but yeah. And so, yeah, man, we just want to be real transparent. And we've been a part of the card community for a while now. And we've all been, graded cards and done that kinds of stuff. And, there are good things about every grading company that's out there. I mean, you could ask any different person in the comments on a different YouTube channel, and one of them will say one's trash and the other one's trash. And you know what? They all have good qualities. We just tried to kind of put together an idea of what, we saw that people would like. And I think, besides having a nice looking label that, obviously it's good to look at. And even if you don't get the highest grade in the world, from my research, I see that it actually, helps you to not make as much of a loss whenever you have something attractive to look at. Those, custom label 8.5 and 9s, they still sell for a nice profit if that's your thing. And if you're a collector, it's a pretty piece to sit, on your desk or whatever. So
while you're talking about those labels, I'll just go through and show them a few of the labels you guys have up on your Instagram. There's that LaMelo Ball card you were telling me about. But I mean, yeah, you guys just have, in my opinion, the best label on the market, like bar none. When HGA came out, I was like, wow, that's really cool. You can like team match them. But like you guys, like if you want like a picture of, like, for example, I sent him a message with the card I sent. I was like, man, I would love to have some tag team title belts on there. Like that would just be like the sickest thing in the world. And they made me a custom label with some tag team title belts. But this is here, let me put this down so you guys can see a little bit better. But this is the kind of stuff that they do. And then they'll actually get a hold of you and be like, hey, are you cool with this design? Would you like us to tweak anything? So they make sure that you are happy with. See, this right here, this was the card that it was game over when I saw this. I was like, yeah, I'm grading with them. So the minute I saw that all
go. Hey, what did I send to you? I said, that's a Carsyn Cruz 1 of 1. I actually made that. I am retired from the art department, bro.
Really?
Yeah. I actually don't. Yeah. I mean, I had to put a lot of work into that one, but I'm more of the, running the day to day, setting up the processes for grading and all that kinds of stuff, and how we're going to become accurate with it over time and all that stuff. So when you send in a 9 LaMelo Ball Donruss rated rookie today, and you send one in 3 months from now, that if the cards are in similar condition, the grades are still going to be the same. Something I do a lot of research, and sometimes I lay awake at night and just I'm researching or looking at stuff about the hobby and stuff, and I found this article not too long ago, and it was it was like, so I was looking like how do BGS or PSA consider, like, take condition into effect. And so this thing broke it down, had them side by side. Their I guess their condition report that's on the website, and we had one on our website. And dude, I built our site out on a free website after I'd already paid. It somehow let me sign up for 2 accounts with the same email. So I had to rebuild the whole thing. So we're redoing our condition report, because what I found is that, man, most of those condition reports are probably copied and pasted from 1990 or 2000, whenever the companies originally started grading. Because if you look at like a PSA 9 on the back, they allow 90-10 centering. Dude, I mean, I watched a 300 card order the other day where there was, I think he had like 5 10s in the whole order. And this guy grades cards all the time, right? I think like on his channel and all that stuff, they were all pack pulled products. He ripped a bunch of boxes from the 90s last summer or something, and 2000s, whatever. Anyway, and, every single card was well, they weren't grading some of them, but every single card was coming back a 9 on there. And dude, he's showing the front and back, and obviously there's more to grading cards than centering, but like, that's what stands out on the grading reports on the higher cards. It's like, we allow 90-10 centering. Well, okay, because people get cards back all the time on these grading reveals, and they're like, damn, I thought this card was good. How did I not do it? So one thing, that we're trying to implement in the future is, if you don't understand why your card got graded in, all the pictures and scans that we when they're processed in, we mark those up in the app. Like we take it and can either do it on the computer or do it on your iPad or your phone, and the grader scans them in. They hold them underneath the lights to take pictures of the surfaces and everything at 10x zoom. So that basically all the flaws and stuff pop out, and a virtual grader goes and marks those flaws, and then the grader gets them back, looks over the flaws, and then looks over the card and gives it a grade. It seems like everyone thinks that the grading process should be like, we need a microscope on our eye, we need tons of robots to do something that humans can do, or it doesn't take that much to look over a card, man. I know that I used to be really bad with older cards. That's when I say older, I mean like 10 to 20 years old. I'm a big Kobe, LeBron, Jordan, not collector, buyer to seller. That's what I like to do. I like to buy Jordan. You can see the Jordan on our website, that Jordan right there. That's a card that I originally bought to get graded and flip, because I saw a PSA 10 of this card it is like a pop 2 and it goes for this. So that was kind of my focus, is buying all kinds of stuff like that. But we want to be able to make this process simple, but we also, if you have a question about why a card graded a certain way, we're fully okay with like saying, look here, man, I know when you're looking at this, if you're looking at it under an eye microscope, or if you're not zoomed in fully and the picture's not high quality, then you might not notice that where it looks white to the naked eye on the corners, the paint's actually rubbing off. So these cards aren't like that bad about it, these upper deck ones here. But there's a set, it's called 2005, 2006 Topps 52 style basketball. And it's white and they put it on that old style cardboard. And the paint, it just comes off on the side, not even completely on the edge all the time. It's just around the side, on each side. And so there's, a reason why a card that looks perfect might not be a 10. And then, there's obviously lots of printing issues. I found this out with our hollow label, of how easy print lines are to be and dings on the surface, because when I look at the piece of paper the hollow labels that we have, the piece of paper, dude, I can see dings all over it. I can see print lines. I'm like, okay, now I know what Panini and Topps is going through, trying to print millions of these cards. It's not easy. So what's the price? $25 a card, $20 bulk order. We're actually about to add some new products to the store. It's going to be something different that we do than most other grading companies. It's we're going to have release day release day specials for different cards. So basically, if you're a hobby breaker, then or you're buying into breaks, we're going to have specials for those. But if you actually get lucky and go to Walmart or Target and hit some retail, we're going to have specials for the products that are on the shelf, where you can actually get those back at a quicker time for, it's not going to be an express price. I mean, it's going to be somewhere lower, but it's going to be almost an express turnaround time. We're going to do some different stuff. We plan to keep our standard submission for, 30 to 45 day turnaround, or whatever it says on the website. 30 to 45 business day. Obviously, we can beat that. And then we're going to offer different levels on the bulk. We just have that one on there right now because we felt like, it was a good, if you were a bulk submitter and you wanted to give a new grading company a shot, sending 20% of what you would, if you normally send 100 cards, sending 20% of them will be a good test for you to, see how you could do on there. And so.
Thank you, Paul. So the different levels right now that the website offers is a single card submission, or anything less than 20 cards would be $25 per card with a 30 to 45 business day turnaround. Carsyn will tell you the 30 to 45 days, but as somebody who's a customer, I'll tell you it's a lot quicker than that. Then the standard bulk is the same turnaround, but it's technically about $20 a card because you have to send at least 20 and it's $400. And then there's also that express option right now that's $100 for any like super heat.
So, let's see what somebody said something. Oh, so basically, like we have two base label options that don't cost any extra, and they are customizable. So we've had some people that wanted to switch like Kobe Bryant's name with the Lakers up here on the screen. I'm pointing at my computer, not my camera, but if you see the Kobe Bryant where it says Lakers, we've had people put the player's name there instead of the team name, and then it will say like Lakers shooting guard at the top. We basically just copy what it says on the card. So if it said whatever it says, we just copy that so we don't get in trouble for any kind of logos or anything. We don't put any of those on there, but we just put whatever says on the card, and you can switch it around. You can add a little bit of stuff, but I mean, basically what the custom comes into play is you're taking a completely blank slate and this is what I want to do, or this is something I want to custom and I want the design artist to pick it out. And it's $5 extra per card. With the bulk order, you will get one free custom. We did put that on there. And Express, it's a free custom as well. And then if you get all 410 subgrades, you'll get notified that you're getting a free upgrade to a custom if you want it too. So we got some different options to get the custom. And basically every label is going to be custom to some extent because we're going to show you what they look like before your cards even arrive in Arkansas. And you're just going to you're going to get some feedback on it because like you said in the intro, man, we're all about like building out this company so that the community and our customers get what they want. I mean, we can't please everyone, obviously. And, if we ever do blow up, it's going to be, there's going to be limitations, but we're not going to probably have a lottery for, so to say, because sure, we want a lot of people to be able to grade with us, but we also know what having 1,500 people twice a week could do to customer service. We don't care who sends the cards and how many they send. If they like us and they believe in our product and they want 500 cards of whatever we allow on our site that week to get graded, well then, hey, send them, man. We're also going to be doing all kinds of different programs too. So there's going to be other ways other than just our website per se to get your cards graded. We're working on some unique stuff for marketing to get the content creators involved because I mean I feel like most of us that are in this hobby when we got back in or if we've been doing it forever, I mean the evolution is if the more closer you get to doing this full time, you do the YouTube channel, you have eBay, you're on Instagram, you're in Discord, you're doing on Facebook groups, and so we feel like that some grading companies may be doing a little bit of that stuff, but we feel like we can take that to the next level and like really make this grading company a part of the community and have all kinds of different options to be a part of it rather than just hey, here's 2,000 slots on our website, go fill them. We want to make it fun. We're going to be doing some stuff with some breakers where the biggest hit in the order gets a express for the price of a standard submission. So basically you'll get $25 and you'll get it back in less than a week. You'll get it back. I don't know. It just depends on how long it takes him to send it and all that. But also the QR code on the back of the label, when it's scanned, will link directly to the break where the card was pulled. So anybody that ever buys that card will be able to actually see the history of that card because like if it's still in a pure graded X slab, then you're always going to know where that card came from. So kind of cool.
So Dave has a really good question here, and I'm actually curious too, because this is one thing I actually kind of wanted to know, like about you and Alan. Like, what are your backgrounds? Like, what did you guys do prior to Pure Graded X? Now I know you a little bit more because I've been following your YouTube channel for a while, so you know what I mean. Like I've been familiar with you grading with other companies and stuff like that. But for anyone that's not familiar, that hasn't been following you on YouTube yet, would you want to just give us a little rundown of?
Sure. So I'm a ex-realtor, I guess you could say, team leader. I had a big real estate team. I was like top 15 realtor in my area. And about 3 years ago or so, we had a little over 3 years ago, we had some stuff happen all about the same time. We had a kid, and I wasn't able to go back to work right away. And so I looked for, jobs and stuff. And I always loved sports and cards, dude. And I love talking about it. And, my son got me back. But how I would be qualified to grade cards, there's no school of grading, right? Not yet, anyway. Look out for Graded XU because it's coming. We're launching Graded XU. We're going to have the first school of grading. So, there's actually no qualifications for grading. I looked online everywhere. We researched, having AI grade and all that stuff. And there's a reason why, PSA says it's going to be a year before that does, is because, the technology is being patented and all that stuff. But working out all the kinks and getting a perfect copy of every card to read, to set your, set the machine up to read the codes or whatever it does to, I'm no digital coding expert, so I can't really talk that speak, but I have researched all that. But for the last, probably 6 or 7 months, I've graded about 1,500 cards myself. And when in November, after grading for the first, I think it was October, I sent in my first order. November, got it back, and I started writing a business plan for a grading company. And my whole idea behind it then is not as evolved as to where it is now, but it basically involved how to speed up the process, get the cards in, from the customer through the grading company and back in a timely manner. And I like the custom labels, dude. I've been on that since day one. Like, man, like, dude, there's nothing wrong with anybody's label. I don't have anything bad to say about anybody's label. And some people might not like our labels. They may like, something more standard, and that's fine, because guess what? We have those options too. I think that, maybe.
I think we lost your audio.
You lose my audio?
You're back. We got you.
So, Gary V, somebody that whenever I used to do social media coaching for realtors on the side, and it was fun to just go do. At the time, I was single, and it was like this company would fly me out to Atlantic City, Vegas, Dallas, New York, wherever. And, we teach realtors how to, market online and, create revenue streams. And so, my thought is, it's like, how can I set up a business where I can get, the people that I've went through the hobby meeting, like yourself and several other YouTubers and Instagrammers. And one of the guys that is a grader with us right now, that's, helping out doing, he's one of the partners in the company. Ben, he's had 2 or 3 huge Instagram pages. I'm not Instagram, sorry, Facebook groups. He did group breaks and stuff on there. How do we start a grading company where we can not only, help the community get what they want, and that's, not necessarily the price. I think the prices had to go up a little bit, and we have a nice 30-day order that we're going to try to stay at that $25 a card as long as we can, the price of plastic goes up, I guess then we might have to change, but you know, we want to have something for everybody to be able to send to, but then the other stuff, man, we want to help the people that, you know, helped us. I mean, there's a guy, KB Sports Card Legends. He's a very big YouTuber. He's got, I don't know, probably 400 or 500 subscribers. And man, when I was trying to figure out if I was going to start grading cards or not, dude, he didn't even know me, and he's, you know, talked to me through text for 2 or 3 days, you know, about, you know, all the stuff to get over my hurdle of I wanted to grade cards. People said, don't send to PSA, don't send to BGS, don't send to SGC, don't send to GMA, don't send to whoever. So, you know, I just kind of started writing a biz plan with that in mind. And whenever I kind of got heartbroken for a minute whenever I found out that HGA launched, because, you know, it was at first I thought it was a bad thing, but now I kind of realized that, you know, the extra 3 or 4 months I had to kind of figure things out were necessary, because you know, in that time, you know, I actually found the right people to do this with, and that believed in my vision. And you know, they joined in right away. And yes, that's kind of how we want to move forward, is like we want people to see it, believe it, and then join the movement. And but as far as what qualifies me to be a grader, dude, there's no school. I don't have a degree in grading cards, but I can tell you that if I don't know how to grade a card, I will call you. I will call PSA. I'll call BGS. I'll call Topps or Panini and be like, hey, did you do something with the texture of this card, or are these all scratches? You know, it's like we're not going to just trash your card or tell you we're not going to grade it, man. We're actually going to do the work and figure out, you know, historically, how has this card graded in other grading companies' cases that, you know, been around grading for a long time. That, look, I mean, dude, I don't even know if I don't think I have it sitting right here, but I have a 87 Hulk Hogan for 3 that I give away on this wrestling channel. I was going to grade it, and I thought there was like some pack on the front of the card, right? It was in the case. I never even pulled it out of the case and looked at the surface. And you know, I give away a card and I said, I'm going to grade 2 of them. Well, I chose Hulk Hogan, and it wasn't like a streak of pack gunk. It was the surface missing on the front of it. And this is an 87 Topps All Stars number 3. I don't know if you've ever seen that card. I could probably find it. It's sealed. Yeah, I'll say. So here we go. Let me find the camera here. Get in front of there. There we go. All right. Can you see this right here?
Yeah, I think we're having an audio issue. A lot of people are saying
the front of the card.
Alan, you can get back in with that link. If you click it again, it'll bring you right back in.
What?
You're having. Can you turn your? Oh yeah, just I was gonna say maybe pop out, pop right back in. Just use that link again. Sorry about that, guys. Just a little, you know, issue we're having with the audio. Get that worked out and we'll come right back. But yeah, that's definitely something that I was interested in asking him about as well, in regards to, you know, how he's actually getting the knowledge in grading and stuff like that, because that's something I'm interested in myself. You know, I'd mentioned it on the channel, but I'd actually sent an email when they, you know, when I first heard about them on the Personal Finance Dad's channel, just to get kind of, you know, some general information as to what they're looking for in graders, since I do a lot of group submissions anyway, and grading's kind of like a hobby of mine anyway. So, hey, no problem, Carsyn. Take your time, man. These things happen. That's technology. But yeah, guys. So I sent in one of my Tony Hansen cards here, and like he was saying, like if he doesn't know something about a card, I can attest he actually did his research on this. He's like, dude, I can't find any of these anywhere. I was like, yeah, dude, I literally bought every single one to like do his giveaways on the channel. So like, he's like, the only one I can find is in your eBay store. I was like, yeah, I like literally own them all. Not that they were like real desirable on the market or anything, but I was impressed. They did their due diligence, checking on the card. He even authenticated that it was my actual signature on there, so that was pretty cool. Okay, so I will show you right now what their like turnaround time is. Right now, they're doing a $25 base submission for a 30 to 45 day turnaround. It's a lot faster than that. Yeah, Tommy B says Tony Hansen. Oh yeah, I'm cornering the Tony Hansen market. I sure am. I literally reached out to the guy that made him, and I was like, dude, just give me everything you have left. Hey, Alan.
God, man, I was in like a dead zone in California.
Yeah, no worries, man. No worries. I appreciate you guys doing this, man. I know that it's
nightmare.
Yeah, spur of the moment type thing, but I definitely appreciate it. So they have a 30 to 45 day turnaround time currently, big guy. But like I said, I sent them. You guys must have gotten mine like last week, and I think it's done already. You guys said so.
Yeah, It was that Tony Hansen, and that was one of the unique ones. And sometimes they stand out when they're going into the system, and we are kind of like, oh wow, this is pretty cool. Like, we've seen some really cool cards coming in, and they're looking even better going out with the customization and those slabs that we're putting together for you guys and anyone else that's doing orders.
Yeah, man, I've really been impressed with the level of customer service. I haven't experienced it with any other company yet. Dave, you didn't get a Tony Hansen card yet? Oh man, next time you're here, just remind me. I'll give it to you, man. I'll set one aside for you right now, actually. So Grunt Dad says, which is funny because Grunt Dad's the guy who put me up on GMA. Like I started using them, and I've made tons of money with GMA because of Grunt Dad. So he says he first learned about them from Carsyn. So he says it's ironic that he's on the channel. That's really cool.
That is funny. Yeah, I just actually before this whole like movement started, I put some cards in GMA and they came back, and I put like 10 Lucas in, and they all came back 10s.
That's
so
awesome.
I'm like, I'll take it, and now it's like, oh, we're doing grading and custom labels, and even the non-custom labels, even your base labels with us are pretty flashy, I guess is a good term.
Mm-hmm.
You saw Paul got kind of some of those, I forget his handle on YouTube. I want to shout him out. But, there you go. Gate City Picker, is that right?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. I keep forgetting. And his are really, I don't want to say are basic, but they're just, are standard, I guess is the way, our X collection. So
Dave, actually, I guess I should ask you. I believe the company's currently in Arkansas. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm in California right now. This is kind of my mainstay, but Carsyn and all the rest of the crew's in Arkansas. So yeah.
Are you guys still looking for any team members, or are you guys pretty much like got the team?
We were just talking about that. Obviously, there's room for expansion right now. We're kind of holding pat, but it doesn't mean that we're not taking in, resumes, I guess is what you would call it, or offers. We do get a lot of emails about the virtual grading process, and
I'm sure. Yeah, I was one of them. So I feel
yeah, we get a lot of that. That's kind of like the mainstay. Everyone was like, oh, how do you go about doing this and doing that?
Yeah.
And we don't tell people how to do it, or how we go about doing it, because when we bring you on, if we decide to bring people on, then that's something we discuss in private. But obviously,
why would you want to give away the recipe?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, what's the secret ingredient? Well, Papa over here doesn't tell you.
Exactly.
Exactly.
But that's super cool. Like the idea of virtual grading, you know what I mean, using technology, and that's super cool, man. Okay.
Yeah, it's integrated with the human eye. Obviously, we're not eliminating it. And I've been comparing this to other things that people go to, like if you go to the barber, right, and you go in there, it's always going to be like a human doing it. They're not going to have some robot doing your haircut or your beard, because not everyone has the same density of hair. They don't have the same structure, the same, bones, the same everything. Nothing lays the same. So, you can't totally eliminate the process. You can just aid the process, give that boost. So
Definitely. So Matthew has a question. He says, seems like smaller, newer grading companies catch flack from the community and sometimes make it harder to sell a card. Could you give some thoughts on this and what's your expectation?
Yeah, obviously, when, speaking from experience, we're all card collectors in one way or another, or love the hobby. And, you get your big time companies, there's four or five of them. I always kind of keep their names under wraps, but we know who they are. And they've been in long enough where they have a rapport with people seeing their slabs on eBay or ComC or some type of other platform. And this is always dependent on the customer or the viewers in your case, right? When you get it back, when it goes up on eBay, then we know what the expectation is, obviously. So, that LaMelo Ball's out. I'm guessing the guy that got the LaMelo Ball wants to sell it because he did an express, and that card raw goes for about 200. I've seen some 9s go for about 1,000, give or take. So we'll know when you guys know. It's when you get it. If you decide to invest it, then we know what the market is for it.
So this initial wave is like literally like the first cards that there's really nothing to show their turnaround yet, guys.
Yeah, there's no comps.
So that's what's awesome is it's so like brand spanking new that like literally when I get my slab, it'll probably be like one of the first however many slabs that exist, which is cool in my opinion.
Right. And you, sorry to cut you off, and you almost can treat your Tony Hansen as a one of one because no that card, even if there's more of that card with that auto, they don't have that label.
Exactly.
It's like a one of one, basically, is how you can almost treat some of these cards.
Heck yeah. And that was the thing that appealed to me because like at the core, I'm a collector more than I am like an investor or a flipper. Like I do those things so that I can build my collection. You know what I mean? So once I saw the labels you guys were doing, I was like, yeah, that's the spot I need to go to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and
it's funny because, that's kind of like a little, like the website you see, like almost like a sneak peek. But then when you order through us, as you know, you get an email and it's like, hey, here's a couple of ideas. And then you see it and you're like, wow, okay, this is a lot more than what I expected coming back at you, right? So that's the cool thing. Hey, he made it.
Dude.
Social media.
What's up?
Social media, man. Kill me, man. LA kills me.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
So Michael, I appreciate that, man. He put up a bunch of Tony Hansen little emojis. You can't see it on this end, but on YouTube you can see him. That's awesome.
That's cool. That's totally awesome, Mike.
So we have another question for you guys here. And again, I just want to thank you guys for the time and making yourselves available and everything like that. What other company makes themselves available like this to the public and their customer base? Like that's awesome. I give you guys props for that. Chris would like to know: are you guys grading any mems and autos? Like, so I would imagine he means like the thicker ones.
Carson's got this one.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you just fine.
Okay, I thought Alan was talking. I can't hear him. I don't know.
Nope.
All right, so yes, we are. I think it's 120 point, right, Alan? Yep, 120 point. We grade the auto. We grade the position of the auto, the sticker. If the ink is smeared, we don't authenticate or compare it to other autos, any kind of authentication on there, but we will give the auto a grade and slab it. Yeah. So, and then the mem card, yeah, that's the thickest one. It's pretty snug. Once we get our moldings back, because we have, some slabs we're testing out some different designs on the back of them and stuff, and different stuff. Our next venture will be probably putting together a little bit different slab for any mem or auto card, but right now, the smaller, thicker cards are fine, but once you get a little bit of width on there, you kind of just or thickness, it kind of gets snug in the slab. So yeah, we'll grade them, but don't send us any super thick huge patches yet, because we won't be able to put those in there.
Yeah, 130 points a little Sorry, 130 points a little too big. 120 point, it's probably.
That's not uncommon either. I know that for. One sec. I wonder if that's his phone. Let me check. Check. Yeah, I think it might be his speaker. If you have headphones, Carsyn, it might eliminate that squeak altogether. But no big deal. I was able to mute the squeaking for you. But yeah, a lot of other companies, like for example, even CSG, like they started without having that new molding for thicker cards as well.
Mm-hmm.
But it's cool that you guys, are upfront about this. I know I didn't even find out that they couldn't do it until I sent some relic cards in and got them back, basically with a cannot grade type thing on it. But so Paul has another question for you guys. He says, yesterday Nate said there were only so many cards of a player were graded with that company. But how do you know other companies don't have some on file? So that's a good question, Paul. Essentially what you'd look at for something like that is something that's called a pop report. And the nice thing is right from the very beginning, you have access to literally every single card that has ever been graded with the company. And like you can even see subgrades, like all of that internal information they provide for you. And I know that there's plenty of, I've graded with a lot of companies that don't even provide this type of information yet. But I like it.
Yeah, that's in the works. I'm being updated as we speak. I mean, I'm, when
this company has no chance. They're English.
I can't even hear him. He muted himself.
I muted him because I don't know if he knows that.
He doesn't hear
us. All right,
I hear you.
Yeah, let me talk. Let me get this one.
Hey, well, at least you muted me because I dropped the cuts for it.
Yeah, let me get this one.
You right on it.
Let me get this one. So this is in the works.
I didn't say anything, but I'm like, dude.
Yeah.
Clearly, we're not going with the Google Sheet, bro.
Yeah,
we just wanted everybody to have the information.
Gonna get adjusted.
Yeah.
If we run a special that you could send us a LaMelo Ball, base prison for $10 and have it back in 5 days, we might get 100 of them. And then it's like, okay, well, I'm not sure I want to send mine in at this moment because it's $25 now and there's going to be, 75 of them listed for sale on eBay next week. And that's not going to happen. We are going to have specials though for sets as they go along. We talked about that in the beginning, but yeah, we're excited, man. We're just really excited about getting going and
work with everybody. So even for your pop report being like a Google document, you know how much I would love to have access to that when I was grading a lot with GMA or even with CSG, to know kind of what I'm stacked up against with the cards I'm getting back. You know what I mean? So the fact that you guys are brand spanking new, there's literally one card that may be on the market right now and you already have a pop report. Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah. That card's not loaded into the pop report yet because we don't want to reveal the grade before it gets to you guys. But we will.
I'm here. I turned my camera off for a second. I have to.
We probably
get in the car for a second.
We probably load it in 2 weeks after mailing out to you.
I'll be right back.
Take your time, man. Do what you're gonna do.
That's probably what we're gonna do is mail it, or not mail it. After 2 weeks it's been in the mail, we'll update it on the pop report. We're working on figuring a better way of doing it. We just wanted to get something out there visually so you could see it right away. That was the only thing was time constraint, trying to get something visually to you guys because that's, I'm graded with, like you said, GMA, and I can't find anything on there. I don't know my subgrades. I'm like, dude, what? This Luke is just a 10. Sweet.
Exactly.
So, and then I see the other question. Will this company be non-sports? Yes. That's a yes. We haven't got any Pokemon. I'm shocked yet. We haven't got the Pokemon craze going. We have gotten some Marvel. We have gotten some DC. We have gotten some wrestling, but that's a sport. But we get a little bit of everything, a little dabble. So if you do have something that is artistically pleasing to you and you want to make it more artistically pleasing with a customized slab for your PC, this is probably the place to go.
Definitely.
To be honest.
Yeah, the slabs are second to none, and the fact that you can have personal customization done, what I mean? I just put a little note I would love to have title belts, and they make title belts in my slab. Like that's like the greatest thing ever.
Not easy to find. Not easy to find. If you look closely at it, you'll notice that they are a version of the NWA belts. If you noticed it, they are tricky.
I did notice that.
They're tricky to find. They're tricky to recreate, but you know, you kind of find it. And you kind of, you know, give you a little tip, like you kind of draw it and make it look and blur it, and you know, it's hard making it look exactly like that. But hey, it was darn close.
So Paul's asking, is there any like kind of special promotion or anything like that you guys are running?
That's something that Carsyn would know of, but I think we're getting into detail about something to do with 2021 select football. I think he's running a type of special on that. When he comes back, you can, you know, rifle that. We kind of jousted about it a little bit yesterday. But I know that that's going to come up. And then something going on with NBA playoffs we did talk about.
Nice.
Some basketball cards. If you send in, you know, a LeBron or a Kobe, we were going to do some type of deal there. Like if you send in 8 Kobe's, you get it, you know, for this price. Or if you send in this many LeBrons, you get it at this price. Something like that. Yeah, something like that. But we haven't finalized all that yet. It's in the works, in the talks.
That's really cool, man.
Yeah.
That should keep a lot of different people engaged too, you know what I mean? Because that was one big thing with PSA when they would run like quarterly specials or something like that.
Yep.
It would always be great. So I think that's a great thing to offer.
Yep.
So Michael's asking, is the card inside the slab, is it in a sleeve or is it just like in the slab like naked?
So yours, I believe, is in a slab because of the size of your card.
Mm-hmm.
And then it is in a sleeve, then in a slab based on the size. What's happening is I'm sure we're checking to make sure it fits nice and snug without any kind of damage to the card, but it can be in there upon request. I'm guessing you just have to, you know, let us know in an email if you do want it in a sleeve in the slab. You just gotta, you know, let us know in a request, and it shouldn't be a problem.
The stash has some MacBook sports covers.
All right, man.
I think they would be like
I'm back.
The size of like matches, I would assume, unless I'm wrong. Stash.
I've seen matchbooks. They're you know, they're what matches come in and then you fold them open. They're like it's almost like a ticket.
Yeah, exactly.
We haven't talked about that, but that's a great bring up stash for us to, you know, maybe engage in the future. You know, talking about doing some sort of ticket slabbing or matchbook, you know, customization slabbing. That would be kind of cool.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
That's a collectible.
Paul has some 1966 Batman cards.
Done. Look at that. Done.
That would be amazing.
Send it, and I hope I get control of that design, or I'll give it to our senior design guy, Thomas, and he'll fire on that at all cylinders. That I could just envision a Batmobile for some reason, or if you're thinking, you know, the TV show, when I was growing up, you guys might be too young, but, you know, that blam, plow, splat kind of background with a little...
Oh, yeah, that would be really cool.
Or you're thinking, you know, maybe the bat signal in some way on there. It just depends on the look of the card, I would guess, you know.
So, Iris, the cost right now for grading is, if you're doing like an individual card, it's $25 per card.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 30 to 45 day turnaround time.
Mm-hmm.
Much faster, though, like from experience. They have their bulk, which is at least 20 cards, which would be $20 a piece.
$20, correct.
They also have express, like if you want it back in 3 to 7 days, that's $100.
Yeah. And we say business days just to be safe, because the weekends, you know, we want to, you know, have a little bit of luxury, I guess is the term for us. But we say 3 to 7 business days.
I like how you guys just like under promise and then just like super over deliver. You know what I mean? Like I saw that and I was literally expecting to wait at least a month, and then like within a week it's like, yeah, your card's done. It's like,
right. Well, here's kind of like the process. I mean, we can tell you kind of why we're able to get these done pretty quickly and accurately. When we get that submission form, other companies have you fill it out on paper and put it in the box. So they're not getting your cards in their system until they get your cards, right? Whereas we've kind of developed, we're seeing the cards and they're in our system, you know, instantaneous as when we get your order, correct? Like we're like, hey, you get an email from us. Hey, we got your cards. Hey, they're in the system like in 24 hours. And
I love that too, because like from example, there's a company that I've been grading with a lot lately. They have 3 huge submissions, like over $1,000 worth of just paying to get stuff graded.
Yeah.
And like, they haven't even said, hey, we have your cards yet.
Yeah.
So it's like, if I hadn't insured the heck out of those packages and like got tracking, I wouldn't even know if they have them.
Right. So you're aware when we get them, you're aware that they're in our system. We're aware like of everything pretty much going on. And then the cool part is, this is why we're able to stay ahead of the pace, is when we get those inlaid in our system, the artists are already getting assigned
I got your phone.
some of these labels. They're already getting assigned
My phone.
the design.
I'll call and get it fixed.
Like when your card came in, it was assigned and it was like, okay, I saw it, boom. I was already working on it like the next day. You know, it's getting done. And then what we're waiting for, it's like we date, we get the grading done, we combine the two, and then it's ready to go. Like, that's why we're able to stay ahead. Like some of these other companies, I'm guessing, you know, your sheet of paper goes in your box, they open it up, and they kind of set it aside, and it's kind of waiting. And like, let's put this in now.
Yeah.
And, you know, then the artist goes, oh, okay, here's the color match, here's the card match, here's whatever goes with it. Okay, now we'll grade it. Like, we're able to get ahead based on the fact that we're getting your submissions, and you guys are doing a great job writing everything down pretty thorough for us, you know. And then as artists, we're able to find the digital print of these cards, which is helping us color match accurately, getting, you know, borders done if we need borders, things like that. So that's helping with the speed. Yo, Carsyn, are you just looking?
So I'm back. I had all kinds of technical issues. My phone screen just went like flashed, and then I tried to plug it in. It said I need to connect to applesupport.com on my computer. I plugged my phone into my computer. My computer froze, so I couldn't use the webcam on my computer. So I took my son's phone, and now he's over here. I'm taking him to baseball practice, and he's over here like looking at me like, "Are you about done with this or what, bro? I need to watch my videos on I need to watch my TikToks on the way to baseball practice. Come on now."
I'm seeing Johnny. Sorry, I didn't want to skip over Johnny's question there, Anthony. Yeah, we're not on oversized cards yet. Obviously, that's something that'll, you know, open our eyes a little more down the road. But currently, right now, we're like we said, I think 120 point is the biggest we'll get into. Just because I don't want to leave him hanging, you know.
Yeah, I see Gate City Picker. Are you going to any shows to promote yourself? I tried to get into one here in May, and they're sold out. And unfortunately, like, I mean, I don't know, like, what happened, because I did it last time, and, you know, talked to them, and they were like, yeah, we'll have you every time. And I never heard from them, and I saw they're having a show, and I called them. I was like, hey, I don't actually sell cards anymore. I'm a grading company now. And I think she thought I was, like, messing with her. And, yeah, I didn't ever hear back. And then she's like, I sent the link to the website, and she's like, wait, that's you? So you actually heard about it. So that was cool. You know, I guess, you know, our business is more online. You know, now when you start a business that's, you know, not local, you know, you know, you can't expect local people to exactly know, but she did. You know, she's like, I've seen that somewhere. I think Instagram. I'm like, oh yeah, they're good. Then I'm glad we are a little bit reach, but we have a goal to eventually start doing the Dallas show, and we'll have 2 options. You see the long lines and all that stuff. From, I guess, back whenever BGS used to do raw reviews. I mean, when I was younger, I think I went to some card shows and had some done, and you stand in line all day to get your card, and you watch them grade it and all that. But basically what we're going to try to do is have, like, I don't know what kind of marketing and stuff capabilities the Dallas Card Show does, but, like, you know, have advertisements up with them that, you know, you can go online, and we'll have a special product set up where they can check out online, and then they can just drop their.
He's always driving through some area that doesn't work on.
Yeah.
I mean, he knows that card show more than me. You blanked out
Sorry.
there. Yep, there you go.
Phone rang. My son's girlfriend was calling.
Hang up.
Matthew,
Y'all
do
can't
I
hear
have
me.
one
Can you hear
handy
me?
from them or just in general? Because I always have slides.
Disconnected.
I haven't received mine back in the mail from them.
Yeah.
From what I understand, they shipped it today.
Yep.
But I mean, you know, I got Anderson Varejao sitting here.
Yes, the Brazilian, yes, for sure. Oh, yeah. Varejao, that's perfect. If Matthew, if we obviously we don't have them in hand. They're back in.
Pull up some.
There's stuff online on the IG Pure Graded X. These are all like go to the Kevin Durant. That's probably like and the Luis Robert.
This one.
Yeah. These are kind of, that's a custom Kevin Durant. And then the Luis Robert on the next one is definitely a custom. It is a card match custom. That's a background custom. So I know there's a Luis Robert. There you go. That's a card match 10. That's so that logo in the system with any 2 diamonds on top is a 10.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So that's kind of like the staple. That'll be a 10, and that's a card match, straight up card match. And then all the other grades will just have their standard numerical grade. 9.5, 9, 8.5. The Luca's a 10 above that. You can kind of see there's a Luca right there, down right there to above the Luis Robert. There's a Luca rookie credential. Nice. That's another card. That's another splash card match. That graded a 10.
Do you guys do more of like the SGC system where it's not as like super difficult to get a 10, or is it more like Beckety where it's like if you get a 10, it's like dang, that's like a pristine like.
Man, like I'll be honest, that Luka Doncic is mine, and I was lucky to get that.
Okay,
I was lucky. Like I sent in like some stuff to our system for trial.
Yeah,
and that was the only 10. I sent like 10 cards. Like we're not gonna like be like another company I know that barely gives 10s.
Yeah,
barely. But it's not easy to come about. But we do have. I think it's up on our IG page. If not, I should put it up there later. There's a discrepancy to explaining what grades a 10 and what isn't grading a 10. All the subgrades. There's
awesome.
There's got to be at least 3 10 subgrades to have a chance at a 10. It's not up there yet, or it might be. It's not there yet. I'll get it up there later so you guys can see it. But you need at least 3 subgrades of a 10. And then there's some wiggle room. Maybe the 3rd subgrade is a 9 at the lowest. If it's an 8.5, you're not going to get a 10. So if you have 3 10 subgrades and an 8.5, it's going to be a 9.5.
So Paul's asking, is there a premium for the custom header? I'm assuming he's saying the label.
It's a $25 standard, then a $5 extra for custom. Sometimes if it's a cool card, we just kind of do the custom on there because we like it so much. Sometimes we just kind of look and we're like, oh wow, we haven't seen this 1966 Batman card. So sometimes we just if you put down a standard, we might do it as a custom just because it's a cool card. It depends on the artist.
So another question I have, just as somebody who's like super interested about the company itself.
Yep.
Now, and this might be more of a Carsyn question, but I know you do a lot of like the logistics and stuff like that as well.
Yep.
So the people that you bring on, are these people that are already like established within like some kind of grading circle, or are these people that you bring in and kind of just train from the ground up, or is it kind of like a both and?
Oh, the virtual graders or the guy. That's
just like anybody, like whether it's a graphic designer, a marketer, or
we've been flooded with this virtual grading email forever and ever since inception, and we've gotten some graphic artists. Like the way I would treat it if I was doing the graphic artist side, there's 2 leads, myself and Thomas, and there's a couple of different ways we can bring a graphic artist in. We can bring one that does the full shebang, the start to finish of a customized label, or we can bring someone in that just does the textile for us. We have someone that could create the full background image and this, and then we just bring someone in that's like not comfortable or just add the textile, because there is a consistency in the text, in the fontage, in the placement. unless placement needs to be moved. So that's one way of bringing someone on. The grading aspect, I don't know so much because I stay away from it. That's not my territorial.
Yeah.
But I would say it's probably the same thing. If you're grading, they want some sort of common knowledge, or more so, around cards. You don't want to bring in someone that has a degree in, sports science or, kinesiology. No offense to anybody like that, but you want someone that's in the hobby. They've looked at cards. They've sent cards in. They know that white chipping, on the top edge isn't good. Oh, that chipping, that makes it unique. No, it doesn't. It makes it uniquely awful. So,
hey, Andy, good to see you.
Yeah.
I agree, Paul. I absolutely agree, man. I'm on board with that. Hashtag sign Tony Hansen. No,
I missed the Tony Hansen, but I saw NWA. I was like, oh, I saw NWA. But yeah, so I mean, Carsyn, the owners, we would have a powwow, bringing someone in or something like that. Oh, I got bounced.
Sorry about that.
Hey, you got bounced.
Yeah, I have fat fingers and I hit something on the
You're
mouse.
okay. So yeah, so we brought someone in for grading or any position, quite frankly, we would all, it would be a normal process. So you go, interview, maybe an audition of some type. Obviously grading, you would maybe give them a sample card to grade. You see how we would grade it before as to how they would grade it. Then see if everyone's kind of on the same page. Same with the art, send them maybe an example and, send them that one Jason Dominguez that we pulled the other day and see what they can do.
That was awesome. You guys aren't following them over on social media. Make sure you do so.
Man. That was bonkers.
They were giving out free slabs and everything the other day, guys. Like, if you aren't following them, they're doing all kinds of awesome stuff.
We're going to do another one. I really want to get that Prism Choice box open. I feel LaMelo is lurking in one of those, just so you know.
Nice.
I feel it. A Tiger LaMelo, maybe.
Nice. That would be awesome. Hey, Carsyn. Thanks for joining us. And I appreciate both of you guys being available for this, too.
Yeah. It's not working. Moved it.
So Matthew has a good question here.
The patent and the copyright.
I would assume you guys probably are already crossing your T's, dotted your I's, because what you have is pretty special as far as customization and stuff like that. Like I said, HGA has customization, but you guys literally, they were like, here, we're going to splash a little color on there. You guys are like, we're going to
my goodness.
We're going to do this whole thing.
We're going to blast it. Yeah.
Yep.
I cannot believe this.
There's a process of TMing everything right now. It's in with the lawyers already. The TMing and anything that we needed patent. I'm sure it's getting looked over twice. So the logo's TM'd for sure. So good luck trying to mimic that. You're not. So yeah, everything's getting done. Yeah. So. That's the fun part. Carson's just having a field day over there.
Hey, go around.
Yep, we got you.
I don't care what they're doing.
We got you.
We got you. Yeah.
Well, yeah. So, is there anything else that maybe we didn't touch on that you guys would like? The sports card hobby world that may follow you guys through this channel to know about you guys, about your company, anything like that.
I'm seeing if Carson's going to answer because he always has something first.
What? Dude, man, I've had all kinds of issues with the phone, and my wife started calling my son's phone. She didn't know I was on it. I'm like, oh, girl. What's the question?
So eventually, I was just saying for anybody that may find your company through this live stream or through my channel, is there anything that we haven't touched on that you would like people to know about yourselves or about your company? Anything you want to promote coming up or anything like that?
I'm waiting for him. I don't know if he can hear you.
Okay. Yeah,
we might be on the delay.
Yeah, I hear you. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, here's a promotion that we have coming up that's going to launch on our website tonight, and you can send in 2020 select football.
There it is.
And 2021 Prism basketball,
Mhm.
and it's gonna be 3 for $100, and it'll be express turnaround, pretty close. It's gonna be basically a 10-day turnaround on any 2020 one Prism basketball, like LaMelo Ball, those Anthony Edwards, those guys, and then select football just dropped as well. We're gonna have a special on those. 3 of them for $100, 10-day turnaround, and yeah, that's what we got going on next. That's kind of our next thing we're fixing to start promoting.
So essentially, you're buying an express and getting 2 free. That's awesome.
Yeah, and you can mix match those if it's like a 2020 select and 221 prisms. You can mix match it. Yeah, no problem there.
Those are
all custom. All will come with custom labels too.
And all custom. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's really cool.
Yep.
Well, again, I appreciate your guys' time. We've been about an hour, and I know that you guys are both busy. You've been running around, and I don't want to keep you any longer, but it was a real honor to have you guys on and to be able to pick your brains and be able to share what you guys are doing, because I personally, as somebody who's a collector, I'm excited about this. You know what I mean? Like, I think you guys are doing a great thing for the hobby, and you know, it's just really cool to, you know, actually have access to somebody in a grading company. You know what I mean? Like, my personal friends have been patrons of yours already, and they're just like, wow, like this, you know, they've graded with other people too. And they're like, this is not a typical experience. So, you know, just upon experiencing that, I was like, yeah, I got to share what these guys are doing.
Yeah. And we appreciate you having us, and anyone that's watching, we appreciate your time. You know, we love the channel. That's, you know, we reached out, we were on it last night watching your auction. So we were all in, and, you know, just to follow up, you know, we aren't comparing ourselves to anybody, any company. We want to make sure, I'm sure Carsyn said it when I was out, but we are, you know, we want to give, you know, the best customer service and give something back that is unique to everyone. And I think that's what's going to really separate us. And some of these little things that we're doing, there's only, you know, a little small stepping stone to where we're going to get. And that's kind of like, you know, Rome wasn't built in one day, as they say, right? So, you know, we're going to get there. We're going to get to where, you know, we want to be and where everyone else wants us to be. You know, you know, we're listening. We're listening to you guys. We're listening, you know?
And that's the best part, is just knowing that you are listening. That's awesome.
What's up? Oh, I thought Carsyn was going to say something. I'm like, oh no, here he comes.
I am going to say something.
Yeah. Go. I can't hear you.
Come to this channel for the first time today. Y'all need to come on the weekends and check out this live auction, man. If I was still like grading cards, that is like the most brilliant idea ever that you guys have. The auction, live auction on YouTube on Sundays that you guys do. That was my first time yesterday, and I loved it.
Thank you. I appreciate that very much so.
Yeah, if there was Lucas, they would have had to outbid me for those. That would have been a no-brainer.
There actually were going to be Lucas, but one guy hit me up on Instagram beforehand and bought the Lucas.
Killing me.
All the Lucas.
Killing me.
Yep.
Well, if you got any Magic Johnsons, I'm on that too.
I will definitely look for some and have some for sure.
Well, you know, it was you're being so gracious with us and having us on in such a short time. We value the time that you took out of your day to have us on as well.
Absolutely, man. Like, this is absolutely my pleasure. I love grading cards. I love everything about cards. So getting to like actually pick the brain of somebody that's doing this is amazing. Yeah. I got to give a big thank you to Paul Antonelli for the $1.99 super sticker. Really appreciate
it. I was talking to him yesterday, dude. He's cool, man. Hey, don't add us on IG, Paul. I couldn't find you. It was kind of tricky. I was trying to find you, but add us on IG, and I'll give a shout out just because I don't know if Carsyn did, but Pure Graded X on IG and puregradedx.com if you want to submit your orders. Everything's up and cooking, and you'll get an email back from someone swiftly.
There's a banner, guys. You just need to click on that. It'll take you right to their website.
Oh, cool. Thank you.
Yeah, not a problem. And again, guys, we appreciate you being here and for sharing the information with everybody. And guys, we will see you next time, and God bless.
We'll get